Back online. Let's take a look here. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bearded IT Chat. My name's Dakota, and tonight we're going to talk about remote working and also anything really related to the IT field. Tonight is our Friday night live stream. Ask me anything. If you guys have any questions about working in the IT field, what type of certifications to get, or if you're looking to advance your career in the IT field, feel free to ask them tonight. So with that said, let's go ahead and start right in. Let's see here. I just had some others. Oh, there we go. Using a little bit different software here tonight, so I apologize. Give me a second to get everything working. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Can't tell if that's working. You guys able to hear me all good? Hopefully. There we go. My audio output wasn't going to the right spot. Welcome, everyone. There we go. Tonight's live stream is going to be pretty relaxed. Trying to figure out this new software. My normal streaming computer kind of took a crap on me this week. Just completely got this burning smell all of a sudden, and then just completely decided to quit working. So we're having to stream a little bit differently than we normally would. And I did not have enough time to get this already. Oh gosh. It's all good. We're gonna get it ready on the fly. And we're gonna make it look good. Oh, I didn't know that changed that. Ooh. Interesting. Well, it looks better. Kind of like that. I think I like that one the best. Oh, I do have my... Let's see. I didn't realize I had that here. Oh, I think this is going to work out just fine after tonight. This is interesting. If I would have known half of this would have made so much other stuff easier. Welcome everyone who's joining. We are doing a very, very casual Friday night live stream where if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We are working out some new streaming software. If you guys can hear me okay, hear the music good, let me know. I'm liking this more and more I look at it. I don't know what I just did. See what this looks like. That ticker on the bottom's annoying. Let's get rid of it. What's up, everyone? Oops. We are trying to figure out this new streaming software. See, there's 3 of you now. Welcome. If you have any questions about anything IT field related, make sure and drop them in the chat. We will answer them live on the stream. What's the best resource to use for learning, or what's the best resource to use to learn Network Plus? You know, there's a lot of opinions what the best resource out there is for the Network Plus. Personally, I use CBT Nuggets. I really enjoy using CBT Nuggets. They're not sponsored. They're not paying me to say that. But CBT Nuggets, I think, is one of the best e-learning platforms out there. After that, IT Pro TV is a really good e-learning platform. Sorry. If money's an issue, there's YouTubers out there like Professor Messer. Professor Messer has a free Network Plus course. He also does the A Plus, Security Plus, and he does monthly study groups as well for the Network Plus. So no matter what resource you use, I definitely think you should check out Professor Messer. He is one of, I think, the best resources to utilize. But don't just rely on one resource is my biggest advice to you. I found this out when I was first studying for my CompTIA A Plus. Is I was primarily using CBT Nuggets, which I really love. But I stumbled upon Professor Messer's videos, and they're free. It's a free resource, and he was covering topics from a different angle that really helped me understand how everything was working together. So don't just rely on one resource. Go out there and use multiple different resources. Messer is great, absolutely. Udemy is another great one out there. My word of advice for Udemy, though, is be careful. Not all the courses on Udemy are current. Make sure you're studying for the most recent iteration of the Network Plus. And just be careful. Make sure and go with a highly rated course on Udemy. So awesome. I just had surgery, so I have a lot of free time and I want to do something with it. Now is a perfect time to start studying. Start studying for your Network Plus, absolutely, and smash it. And I do believe right now you can still take your Network Plus from home. So even if you're recovering and you're not done recovering, you'll be able to do it from the comfort of your home. I think you have to have like a webcam on so the practitioner can watch you and make sure you're not cheating. But absolutely, it's the perfect time for you. Yeah, as Brian says, take advantage of it. Don't let this time, don't procrastinate at all. Set a schedule. Matter of fact, go out there and schedule your final exam. That way you're motivated to take your exam. You have that motivation, have that pressure on you to study, and that way you won't just be like, oh, I don't feel good today, I'm just going to sit and watch Netflix all day. Schedule your final exam and have that pressure on you so you'll stick to a good study schedule. Excuse me. Does the N plus lead into a CCNA? I think the N plus and CCNA, I don't want to call them equals, but they're kind of one and the same. The Network Plus is a vendor neutral certification where it will teach you information about HP switches, Aruba, Cisco, Juniper, where the CCNA is a vendor-specific certification. It is specific to Cisco gear, where it will teach you all the commands you need to know on Cisco, and it might actually take you into a deeper dive than what you'll get with the Network Plus because it is a vendor-specific certification. But the Network Plus will be a lot more rounded certification and really focus on the different like layers of the OSI model, different protocols, what ports certain protocols use, and stuff like that. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Had some Little Caesars pizza tonight. So, if you were to ask me if I had to choose between the Network Plus and the CCNA, I would probably, in all honesty, go for the CCNA. It is a lot more well-known certification. Cisco has really kind of set the bar when it comes to certifications, so that's what I would personally recommend. Good idea. I'll look close for one in my area. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I do believe you can take the Network Plus test online right now. So really take advantage of this right now. Hey dude, just tuning in. I caught the last 5 seconds of your last stream. We were having so many troubleshooting issues. Our current stream, like our main beast of a computer we have, took a complete dump. So we are actually using a loaner computer right now, and it just does not have the horsepower to run my other streaming software. So I'm having to use this kind of hybrid streaming software to keep everything running. KevTech, holler, welcome. The KevTech man is in the house. If you guys are interested in entering the IT field, another great YouTube channel to go check out is KevTech IT Support. He puts out some awesome content. He has a great Discord community, and it is truly a community he has built, and he is focused on helping people grow in the IT field just like I am. But he is an awesome guy to go check out. KevTech, you want to hop on the stream? I got some cool streaming software that'll let you join right in. Let me know. I'll send you a link. It's good to see you too. Brian says, A plus first, then keep going with all next. If possible, not a must, but I think it's a good path. So yeah, absolutely. No matter where you're going in the IT field, the A plus is a good fundamental knowledge to enter the IT field. It really gives you that well-rounded knowledge. Now, if you know for sure you're only going to do networking, then yeah, absolutely, you can just go right into the networking. The Network Plus or the CCNA. So. Are you seeking lack of qualification users for positions where you at? Are you seeking lack of qualified users for positions where you're at? No. No, if I understand that correctly, we're looking for qualified candidates where we're at. We're actually not currently hiring. I do believe we have a tech position available, but there's still plenty of qualified applicants out there. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't apply for any job out there that you don't feel like you're all the way qualified for, because a lot of jobs will train you. So, qualified candidates. I don't personally see a lot of the applicants that come through. It sounds like there is still a plenty stream of qualified candidates. So. If Dakota suggests KevTech IT support, I will be a new subscriber there for sure. Brian, absolutely. KevTech is an awesome IT channel. He puts a lot of work into his channel and really built a wonderful community. It's amazing. I don't know how the guy has enough time in his day to really do everything. It's I live a busy life, but he's like nonstop going. Maybe it's that East Coast pizza. Inside joke. So how's everyone else doing tonight? Does the stream sound okay? Let me know. And also, I'm curious if everything sounds good. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Yep, we were having a debate in I think it was the Bearded IT Dad Discord. What's the better pizza, East Coast or West Coast? I've never left the West Coast, so I've only had West Coast pizza. So of course I got to root for West Coast pizza. But he says West Coast pizza is cardboard. So looks good and sounds good. Awesome. Glad to hear. This is some interesting software I'm using. So looks good. So earlier in the stream, or the stream before the stream, we were looking at remote jobs in the IT field. What are some of the requirements to, and what's the differences for remote jobs versus a job where you actually work on premise. So, if you guys are interested in, working remote, I really suggest hopping on like Monster or LinkedIn or Indeed and kind of just doing some research. That is crazy. Oh, hold on. My mouse is all over the place. You're down in Albany, Oregon. Dude, that is scary close to where I am. What a small world. Someone in Albany, Oregon. I lived in Albany, Oregon for years, actually. That is almost too creepy. But cool. We'll have to meet up sometime. Jarvin, find me on message out to me on Discord or something. We'll chat. I am pretty close to where you are. We were talking about the stream on the stream earlier. I actually just did an interview with Brian. He is a Splunk Linux support technician. I already forgot. Anywho, amazing gentleman right there. Great interview. That interview will go live on the channel here in a couple weeks. We just did another interview a couple days ago, and we have 2 more interviews we are doing this weekend, actually. And we're building a great series. I'm excited to show you guys. We're doing a series, day in the life of. We're interviewing people in the IT field and talking about their jobs, talking about how they got to where they are in the IT field. So if you actually currently working in the IT field, here, I'll drop the link here in the chat if I can figure it out. But you can sign up and come on the channel and talk about your job. All right, let me get caught back up this chat here. What happened? There we go. I think every entry-level remote as a network dude will be difficult. That would be very difficult. And in all honesty, I don't think when you enter the IT career field, I don't think you should go for a remote position. I think remote is actually going to be one of the hardest positions to get if you're just looking to break into the field. I mean, if you're able to, all power to you, but remote is definitely, I don't think, the best choice for an entry-level position. You need that time working with people and interacting with people and getting your hands dirty, hands-on, equipment and stuff. Most entry-level people I would expect to be on site doing installs, patching things. Absolutely. I think an entry-level job, you should be on site doing that kind of work. Splunk Linux Technical Support Engineer. I apologize for saying it wrong. It sounds like you have an awesome job. I can't wait to share it with everyone. Where do you find the Discord? It should be down in the description of this video. I think when we went live, it may have cut off half the description. So here, I will post a link to it here in the chat. Give me a second here. If you're not already, you can go find us over on Discord. I think it just posted the link. There we go. It's okay, Dakota. It's a long petition title name. I hate it. You know, it very accurately kind of describes what you do, I think. So hold on one second. Someone over on the Discord was asking if the stream wasn't working. Let's see. How do I share it out? There we go. Sounds like my microphone's picking up a lot of background noise. There we go. All right. Yes, it does. It's hard to find a IT job that clearly describes what you really do there. Absolutely. Did I miss anyone? You'll be on site. Absolutely, yeah. When you enter the IT field, you can almost guarantee to be on site. The stream's still going? Almost looks like the stream just started over. Oh, awesome. Yeah. I remember you. I'm sorry. Here, I'll share it on screen. Yeah. You have some hardware. Yeah. Stream is fine. Okay. Just all of a sudden, like, my stream counter started over and it says I have 0 people in here. Yeah. Javen, am I pronouncing it right? Anyways, yeah, get in touch with me and we'll meet up. And I'd love to share that equipment out to the community. Let's see here. I apologize, guys. I keep on having issue after issue. There we go. Nope, that just won't work. Okay. Well, it's working now. There we go. Stream is fine. Thank you. Sometimes switching computers and stuff is a lot of fun. Not really. Well, if anyone else has any other questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We will answer them here live. Or if you're watching this on the replay, make sure and drop them in the comments and we will get back to you. Let's see. Yeah, I'm actually meaning to do a video here in the near future. One of these live streams, I want to set up my home lab and kind of walk you guys through the process I use to build my networking lab and stuff. I just haven't had the time to get ready, get the equipment ready to do that. So Let's see here. There we go. We should do a November live stream and get together, me and you and somebody else, the Bearded IT Dad. Absolutely. Do you think we could get Zach over at IT Career Questions on the stream? Do you think all three of us could get on the stream at once? If so, what do you think we should stream about? Anyone in the chat, what would you like to see us talk about? Should we talk about a certain topic, or should we just shoot the breeze and see how it goes? You know what? I should message him right now. I should message Zach. Be like, we're going to do this. Do you tech guys have any hobbies? No, we are all serious. We don't do hobbies. Once you become an IT support specialist, or once you enter the IT field, it is forbidden to have hobbies. Yes, everyone has hobbies. Personally, I enjoy going off-roading and going overlanding. I have a Jeep, and I love to go out exploring. I love spending time with my family, if you consider that a hobby. My son's really into RC trucks and cars, and I've been starting to break into that hobby with him a little bit. You can consider this, YouTubing a hobby. I have some other personal YouTube channels I do, so. He was asking for more if you do tech stuff outside of work. Well, I do have a IT channel. I do have a YouTube channel that I talk about IT career fields. I do stuff like that. I used to run a website design and development company. I no longer do that, but I still run plenty of websites for like my wife's business. My wife has a graphic design business. I do all the graphic design work for her business and stuff like that. So I do tech stuff almost constantly. I'm kind of the family's technical support person, setting up security cameras and stuff like that. So shoot the breeze. Absolutely. I think those live streams are the most fun. It's just shooting the breeze. Albany has a dope indoor RC track. I was actually just there last week. My son got a gift card there, and we went there. He has a little Jeep crawler that we took there. Here, I'll actually pull up a picture of it. A little bit off topic here, but why not, right? Can I show this on stream? That's loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. That is extremely loud. But anywho, totally off topic, but this is actually what we were just talking about. My son is into remote control Jeeps, and this white one is his, and I really enjoy spending time with him. He has a lot of fun doing this, so this is one of my hobbies. So sorry guys to kind of go off there, but tonight's live stream is just, we're just having fun with it. We are answering questions and stuff, and it's totally laid back, and we're just gonna go with it. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Let's see. Brian says, Keftis, thank you for support. I really love it. It's a very challenging, nice position. Always doing different things. Those are the best jobs, I think, is when you get to do something different every day. Hey, the IT career field isn't always just about work. You have to concentrate on people on a personal level too. We're all still humans. Very cool video. Thank you. And that's very true. Um, the IT career field is, soft skills are really important, and talking about what you do outside of work is part of the job, and we're all human. So let's see, did I miss any questions? I'm curious, what kind of hobbies do you guys have? I was just kind of sharing something personal from my life, what hobbies I have and stuff. Everyone else in tuning into the stream, let me know in chat, what kind of hobbies do you have? You think the most current resume you have has some of your hobbies listed? That's a good thing, especially if they can pertain to something in the IT field. Absolutely, I think that's a great thing. Let's see here. I just messaged Zach over at IT Career Questions, telling him we need to do a live stream together with KevTech. So, eating good pizza in New York is your hobby. Well, part of that sentence is correct. I'll let you decide what part of that sentence is incorrect. Good. I don't even know. I've never had New York pizza. I've never been off the West Coast. But I love giving KevTech a hard time about East Coast pizza. Excuse me. I'm missing out. I can imagine. Oh, there's a whole bunch of chat I totally missed. I'm sure you've talked about it before. Oops, here, let me pull this up on screen. I'm sure you've talked to this before, but as a new subscriber, could you tell us about how you started in IT? Absolutely. I love sharing this story because I think it's very inspirational and motivating. So before I entered the IT field, I was a bulldozer operator. Matter of fact, here, I'll see if I can pull up a photo of it really quick of what I used to do for a living. Here, actually, right here. So I used to work in a pulp mill. We get truckloads of sawdust in. Let's see, what other photos do I have? It was very manual labor. Sorry about that, guys. This is what I used to drive. It was a D10 dozer. This is actually a photo of right after I got into an accident with it. I actually rolled this on its side. Yeah, I don't think you can see it here. Oh yeah, there's a picture of I was wearing this hat and it got jammed up in there. It got tossed over so hard. Anywho, after my accident, I kind of had this awakening, this vision that, I wasn't happy in the job, and I decided it's time for a change. And that's when actually I stumbled upon Zach's channel over at IT Career Questions. And it's a channel very much like this one here. And he motivated me to go out and start studying for the IT career field and start applying for jobs. So just to give you guys even more of a background, I had no prior work experience, no IT certifications, and no college degree. I was a college dropout. Yet I was still able to land an entry-level position in the IT field. I was an IT support specialist for a hotel company. Excuse me. That we did When I started out, I was doing help desk tasks. I was resetting email passwords and Windows logins and stuff like that. But as I grew with that company and developed my skills in the 2 years I was with them, by the time I left, I was designing complete networking infrastructures for brand new hotels and remodeled hotels that we were building. Um, so it was just through determination. I think soft skills are really important thing and to have in the IT field. And I'm not. I'm off topic tonight, so I'm not telling the best story. You actually can go back. One of the very first videos I did on the channel, or second video I did, was talking about my job as an IT support specialist. Go definitely check that out. But like I said, when I entered the IT field, I had no certifications. I had no prior work experience. I had no college degree. I am living proof it is possible that you don't need these things to get an entry level position in the IT field. They absolutely do help. Don't get me wrong. They will help make it easier, but you don't need them. So hopefully that answered your question. If you have any more questions about that, let me know. Let's see here. I love RC cars and roads like that. Brian, are you interested in hopping back on the stream here in a little bit? You want to come talk about your position? I know we just did an interview talking about it, but you feel free if you want to hop back on and talk to everyone about it. What's up tonight? You know what? There is nothing up tonight. We had some big computer issues and stuff, so we're just on here chatting, shooting the breeze, and stuff like that. So no real agenda tonight. Answering questions. Let's see, what other questions do we have here? Fine. Yep. We were just talking about our different hobbies in the IT field. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, drop them in the comments and I will make sure and get back to you guys. Let's see if I can pull up. Stream, let's see. Sorry guys. Trying to work out some technical difficulty still, but there we go. So, how many of you in here are currently in the IT field, and how many of you are looking to enter the IT field? Let me know in the chat. KevTech, Brian, Craig, I know you're all in the IT field. Craig, I'm still meaning to reach out to you. I've just been crazy busy. Just tons on my plate this week. Work was super busy, and then my personal computer took a dump. I'm working on a loaner computer tonight. So I can spell IT. Does that count? Yeah, sure. Depends on where you're working. Some places that counts enough. IT field also awesome. It's one thing I really enjoy about the IT field that I don't necessarily see in a lot of other fields. I worked a lot of manufacturing jobs, customer service jobs throughout the year. The people in the IT field they always seem so much more friendly, and I think it's just because you really have to be in this field. But people in the IT field love to give advice and help other people, and they come to like live streams like this and tune in. Craig has 25 years of experience in the IT field, yet he's still coming in and talking to us and sharing his knowledge. And I think that's one great thing about the IT field and the people in it. Excuse me, I got something in my eye here. I think that's one really cool thing. So just wanted to share that point of view with you guys. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that. Currently fighting with some legacy code with a customer. The technology is 15 plus years old. Wow, 15 years. That's always fun. You never stop learning. That's another great thing, I think. Coming from someone that really enjoys learning, you never do stop learning. I'm currently studying for my Linux Plus certification. I am certain my goal is set before December 31st. I am going to get a Linux Plus. I'm actually, once I get the full 100% thumbs up from my employer that, they are willing to cover the cost, I'm going to go out and schedule my exam date. So I have that motivation. And that's the biggest thing. I say it a bazillion times on the stream. If you're studying for an exam like the Linux Plus, A Plus, Network Plus, go out and schedule that exam date. Give yourself a reasonable amount of time that you think you'll be able to do it, 6 months down the road or whatever. But schedule that exam. That way you have that pressure on you to continue studying, that you won't keep, tonight I'm just going to watch Netflix. Tonight I'm just going to play Xbox with the guys. No, you need to focus on studying. This is your career we're talking about. And if you want to advance your career and, become great in this, really advance and go far, you need to study. So let's see. What made you the most nervous starting out? How do you overcome fear and making mistakes? I have a huge fear of messing stuff up permanently. I'm transitioning from machine operations to IT. You're going to make mistakes. And the sooner you do, the better you'll be for it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to screw things up. Rarely is it permanent. Yes, you have to be conscious with things you do, especially when you're working with live systems. I personally, on a day-to-day basis, if I screw something up, I'm knocking out the internet for like several towns, for 7,000+ people. Their internet, phones, and TVs are just, if I click one thing wrong. So that's a huge pressure on me, absolutely. But when you're starting out, know you're going to screw things up, and just do your research. Before you click something, double check your code and whatever you've typed in. You're going to make mistakes, so don't worry about it. Just do the best you can, and that's all you can do. And if you come across things you don't know, Google is your friend. If anyone says they are not Googling something in IT and they know everything, they're lying. No one knows everything in the IT field. Google will be your best friend. And constantly do research. And, if you know of a project coming up, start researching it before it becomes, before you start working on it. Stay ahead of the curve there. So that's my biggest advice to you. Let's see. 15 years ago is still like XP era. Was XP really 15 years ago? Gosh, has it been that long? I feel old. I mean, I know I'm getting gray in the beard, but XP was really 15 years ago? It feels a lot less than that. Yep, it's a classic ASP VB script. Gosh, I've never dealt with that before, so I feel for you. I just had to check if I ever got my Linux Plus. Did not. Linux Plus is a great certification. I deal a lot with Linux. It's a cool certification. Good practice is to learn. It is to learn to back up before you change something. I've learned that the hard way one too many times. I'll be 100% honest with you. And yeah, take backups. Like before you update something, before you have to do anything, take a backup. It might take a while, but absolutely, that is very good advice. And this right here, even more importantly, verify you can restore that backup. So part of one thing I've implemented in our organization, we do quarterly updates of our systems, and during that quarterly updates, I go through and verify the I'm looking for the word, the feasibility or the viability of our backups. I'll take those backups that we've been taking and I'll restore them and go through them and make sure these backups that fire off every day or whatever actually work, because that's the worst thing to happen, is to have a system crash and you go to the backup to fix that system, to restore that system, and find out your backup hasn't been working for months, or worse, that the backup's been taken every month but it's no good, it doesn't work. So absolutely. Let's see, Cisco World reload in, absolutely. The best thing you can do is embrace learning and embrace mistakes. You always make mistakes in tech. You learn from it and it makes you better. Tech, absolutely. That's very good advice there. Light within you, welcome. Our stream's been a little interesting. Our main streaming PC crashed. Will not power on. I have a really nice Lenovo laptop, a Y740 laptop, powerhouse. Has a RTX 2070 graphics card, just monstrous of a machine. And the other day I plug it in and it starts smelling like smoke. Like, it was really smelling like smoke. And I got on the phone with tech support and they wanted to troubleshoot it. I'm like, are you sure I don't think this thing should be on. Sure enough, the thing powered off and wouldn't turn back on no matter what. It's not even recognizing that it has power coming into it. So luckily I just renewed the warranty on it, but I have like a 24-day period where I have to wait to file a warranty claim before, like a reinstatement period. So I am down using my not normal computer. So great call out. Absolutely. Well, I think it was you, Light Within You, that was telling me my alerts weren't working. I still don't think they're working properly, but had to give you a shout out. So Brian, if you want to hop on here, let's see. Oops, that's the wrong link. Brian, I'm going to email you a link here. And it's the exact same thing you had before. And yeah, I'd love for you to hop on the stream and kind of talk about your job as a Splunk Linux support technician. So let me see if I can get this working here. Brian. Okay, there we go. Brian, I sent the link your way. Hop on the stream when you're able to. Love to have you. I'm sure everyone in here would love to hear what you do. Can't give too much away though, because we got that video coming out here soon. I'm just kidding. You can share as much as you want. Did you put duct tape on it? Oh, on the laptop? Yeah, I there's these holes on the side that this hot air was coming out, so I covered those with duct tape because I really didn't like the hot air blowing on me. Um, for some reason, the support just started yelling at me when I did that. So, oop. Sorry about that, guys. That was not supposed to go that loud. Wow. All right, I see Brian's coming in here. Let me get this fixed here. Brian, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come on stream. Let's see. There we go. All right. Can you hear me okay there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, welcome back.
Welcome
Everyone.
back.
Yes, everyone. This is Brian. Brian is a Splunk Linux technical support engineer, tier 1.
There you go.
Absolutely. I finally got it right.
Yeah,
Brian,
finally.
him and I, yeah, we just did an awesome interview. I was actually reviewing some the footage, and it looks like most of our interview turned out really great, even though I had some new technology I was working with here. But, it's a great interview. He has a very interesting story of how he got into the IT field, and the video will be coming out here in a couple weeks here. But I just figured that we'd bring Brian on to help answer any questions you guys might have. Yeah, and give us a little bit of background, kind of what you do. Oh, I don't think we can hear you. I think your microphone got muted.
Oh,
There we
sorry.
go.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's all good.
I was talking to mute. So yeah, basically, what I do in my position, yes, as just KevTech said before in the chat, is very interesting because you always do different things. Uh, Basically, Splunk is related to application management, operations management, security compliance. Splunk is a wonderful tool. It basically monitors, logs every every single type of data you could imagine, report and analyze it, monitor alerting system, uh, search and investigate, add knowledge to your data. It enriches the data, so it's awesome for building up reports and statistics and all that stuff, metrics. So what I do is basically troubleshooting issues related to Splunk functions about the product itself. Uh, Troubleshoot issues also related to the Splunk topologies. Whenever there is any problem right there, any Splunk instance or a Splunk component not working properly, well, basically we just have to figure it out and get a fix for the customer and provide root cause analysis, best practices, help them build up new topologies too sometimes, right? Um, I kind of architecting service is a really interesting job. It just never gets boring, you always have to do different things.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. While I got you here, I really enjoyed your story of how you kind of got into the IT field. And I know you just shared this with me, and we're going to be putting out on the video here soon. But do you want to talk about that again?
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, it's awesome to tell this
You know,
story.
yeah, and there's some people watching this live stream right now that might have questions they want to ask you right away, and they might not see the video when it comes out.
Yeah, well, when I get into the field, as I was talking to Dakota a few moments ago, working on the interview, I used to work on a financial institution. I'm not gonna say the name because I'm not sure if that is right, honestly. But yeah, I
Yeah,
used to work for a financial institution. So that job was actually a good job. I had a kind of good salary, not as that good as I have right now, but it was kind of the job. Functions. I have to deal with customers too, and checking accounts, credit cards, all this kind of stuff. But I got to the point. It was a call center. So I got to the point in which I start feeling inside myself something, saying like I don't really want to do this for living the rest of my life. This is not what I want to keep doing, for all the rest of my life. So I start, waking up every morning having this feeling. I didn't feel motivated. I was like, working against fighting against my responsibilities, fighting against my job responsibility, in fact. And that's where everything started. Right after, suffering all and going through all this. One day I was talking to a friend who actually was studying getting his CompTIA Plus certification. And I just told him what was going on with me, that I was, going through this situation, having this bad feeling inside my head, inside, my heart, feeling like I was not doing something I really love to do, and I wanted to do something, to enjoy and to feel motivated, and you know what I mean. So he said like, why not try and getting into the IT field? And I didn't even know what IT was. I was like, okay, IT field. He was like, yes, information technology, and I was like, what that is? I was not a computer guy at all, right? I didn't even know how to use a computer properly by that moment. I was 23 years old, and it was like, well, let's see what happens. So I just give it a shot. I just try it and test it. And I'm not gonna tell all the specific details because I better leave that for the interview moment, right? But um, I just get into the course. The very first thing I start studying was Cisco, and I get the first Cisco module here in my country. We study Cisco in modules. This is kind of different. It's not just taking the certification. And I get up to the third module. Here is four modules, and I didn't get the certification by that moment because I felt like it was complicated at the moment. I felt like I like networking. It's nice, but it was not kind of the path I really wanted to follow. And I remember that my teacher, my Cisco coach, my teacher at that moment said to me that he was having the feeling that the right path for me was CompTIA Plus and more, the server path. And and he was like, Brian, give it a shot to CompTIA Plus. I didn't have money. He was like, I'm gonna pay for the course for you because I know you can't do it. And he paid the course. He paid me the course, and I was so thankful for that moment. And I just, took advantage of the opportunity. I went through the CompTIA A plus course, and I got it. I get the A plus certification. Right after that, I just start studying Linux, Linux inside, and and then I got my Linux Essential certification, and right after that, I landed my first IT job. It was at Intel as a warranty specialist. It was not like as that, a techie thing, but it was a nice starting at least. I learned a lot from there. Right after that, I landed another job. I got another interview with another company as a service desk, help desk, and I lasted right there like 3 years. And then I decided to keep growing. I was like, I want to do something else, and I just realized about this positioning in Splunk. I saw Splunk was looking for technical support Linux engineer. And I was like, well, I got my Linux essentials. I got a little bit of knowledge about Linux, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I did it. I landed the job, and I'm there right now. And everything has been a really awesome experience, really nice. Currently, I feel like I feel just happy. It's just happiness. Yeah.
That's really awesome. So, are you currently working on any IT certifications?
I'm currently working to get my LP1 certification, and I started like a week ago considering and planning how to get my Server Plus certification. Yeah.
Uh, you want to describe, kind of what those certifications are to people on the stream that might not know where they are?
Oh, absolutely. Well, the CompTIA Plus certification, I think everybody knows, it's just like an IT entry level certification that you will
Yeah.
see general stuff about everything, a little bit of everything. The Linux Essential certification, it's really good. Actually, you basically start learning about Linux, how the Linux command line works, and the most popular commands that you will use on daily basis, and most commonly commands used for troubleshooting purposes, working in this area, and focus on like Linux system administration basically. And then right after that, I also got the Google IT Support Professional Certificate. That one at the moment is not might be as that, I'd say, popular, but even though it is not very popular, it's really cool. It's really cool. I can say that for experience. And if somebody is struggling with the Company Plus for any reason, I would advise taking the Google IT too, both if it's possible, because both kind of complement together. And if something wasn't clear in the A Plus, I'm almost sure it will get clear in the Google one.
Nice.
And it's very very similar certification. The Google IT Super Professional Certificate is almost the same as A Plus. Might be a little bit more basic. And what else? The other one I got the ones from Splunk. When I finally landed the job with Splunk, I had the chance to go through the training process and everything, and they gave me the chance to get the Splunk certifications, which are awesome too. So it was a really nice new because I didn't know that. When I got the Splunk job, I was like, well, maybe I'm gonna go through the standard training process, and they're gonna show me a little bit about the product, how it works, what they do, and on daily basis, and that's it. And go ahead and start working, right? But I realized that it wasn't the plan. Actually, they said to me, Brian, in this training process, we want you to get certified, and it was great. It was a great news for me. So the very first Splunk certification I got was the Splunk Power User. The Power User certification is more focused on the Splunk SPL language, which is kind of similar language to SQL. It's basically uh, the SPL language is basically what Splunk uses to build up reports and look for data and reach the data and everything related to it. What users use to interact with the Splunk user interface. The very next Splunk certification I got was the Splunk System Administrator certification. That is really cool. I really recommend that one. If you guys would like to, give it a shot to Splunk, it's awesome to go to get this certification because they will basically also, take into consideration the SPL part knowledge. But besides that, how topologies are built up, the main components of Splunk, configuration files, how to configure it, how to troubleshoot different kind of issues, and it's basically to be able to handle a topology of Splunk. And then the next certification I got was the Splunk architecting or the Splunk architect certification, which is really cool. For that one, you actually have to go through a 24-hour lab, which is kind of difficult, but it's really funny. It was a really fun experience, and that one it's awesome because it's more at the architecting level, building up different kind of topologies depending on customer needs and the kind of data they're gonna be ingesting and the logs they're gonna be monitoring and all this stuff. So those are basically.
Awesome. Um, I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you next. um, wow, I just totally lost. I apologize. Um, so when when you got hired with Splunk, was your job title the same it is as it is now?
Well, we were talking about that about job titles before. That I
Yeah.
honestly kind of don't like job titles in IT field because most of the times job titles are not like as that specific to your duties. I had an experience with the very first IT job I had, which was the one I didn't totally remember that the job title was completely different to what I was doing there. So I realized right there about this reality. And in this case, I can say that my current job title it really applies to what I do.
That's
It's
awesome.
weird, honestly. I think it's weird. It's not usual, but yeah, it does. Yeah.
uh, and one thing you mentioned, and I'm trying not to give too much away from our interview, but you when you got hired, it didn't sound like you had much Linux experience. yet you work in Linux and the day-to-day role. You want to kind of talk about that, because I think that was really motivating to me. That just because you don't possess the skills now, it doesn't mean you should go out and not apply for a job that you want.
Yeah, when I got the chance to have the interview with this current position, I remember that when I was looking at the description, and what is one of the advices I would like to give you all guys, whenever you're looking for a job, it's good to take the time to review the requirements and all the information about the job position. So I realized they were really focusing on looking for Linux skills. And at the moment I, went through the content, I was like, well, I got my Linux Essentials certificate, which in theory it's enough, to at least kind of working on a system administration basis. So I was like, well, they're looking for Linux knowledge. I do not know anything about a Splunk, no idea. By that moment, I didn't even know what a Splunk was, what's supposed to do, right? I didn't even know it was an application. I mean, honestly, I did a research, of course, before the interview, but at the moment I was looking at the job title, I didn't know anything. And even right after doing my research, I kind of start understanding what a Splunk was, what's supposed to do, but I didn't even know Splunk was so huge and big, right? So I just, was thinking that, well, if I have some Linux knowledge, then I can try to, give it a shot and see what happens. So I went through the interview. I show up my Linux skills, and well, for them it was enough. And just by having the Linux skills and, of course, a little bit of the IT background, I was able to get the job position, right? Just with the Linux essentials, basically knowledge. Oh, I cannot hear you for any reason.
Thank you for catching that.
Okay.
What I take away from that is, just because you might not have all the job skills they're looking for, doesn't mean you shouldn't
Uh-huh.
apply. You should go out there and
Correct.
because what your skills have definitely are, might be enough for what they're looking for. And at least enough to get your foot in the door and start learning and building your skills. Because look, I mean, now that you've been with Splunk, you're what, 3 certifications deep with them now, and you're continuing to study and learn more.
That is correct. Actually, one of the things I remember when I was looking for this, when I was actually looking at the job details, is that there was a lot of requirements they had that I actually honestly didn't have idea about those. Actually, I remember one of the things it was saying was like Splunk knowledge like desirable. So it was not a must, but it was like kind of a wish list, Like I like they were saying like we hope you know about a song. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
was
No,
like,
and
I'm sorry, man.
that's great. And
Yeah.
that's yeah, absolutely.
And so at the beginning it was like, well, I don't have anything, about it. I mean, I don't have knowledge about a Splunk, so just did my research and everything. But yeah, even though I didn't have all these skills they were looking for, and they didn't have the wish list they have, which was huge because they were also looking for CCNA and a lot of stuff. I was able to land the job position, and I have
Awesome.
learned a lot since I got it, honestly. Hmm.
So, one thing I get asked all the time, and I want to hear your opinion, is should I build a home lab? Should I be building a lab and practicing what I'm learning in real life? And my opinion is yes, but I want to hear what you think. And do you have your own home lab? Did you build your own?
Oh yes, of course. Actually, when I was getting prepared, for example, when I was getting my architecting certification in Splunk, well, I had to practice a lot, building different kind of topologies. Kind of imagining different possible customer needs, scenarios, and I just took advantage of the Google machines you can build up by free. I kind of built the environment from that. I also like to use VirtualBox, and I just created a couple of virtual machines, not too much, and I got Ubuntu in one of those, CentOS in the other one. I just installed the Splunk and start playing around with it. And I downloaded a universal forwarder, which is a Splunk component. You can even get it for free from the Splunk website, and you can download, the tarball for it, and install it, and just play around with it and learn how it works. And it was really, really helpful because it helped me to better understand the content I was studying. One of the things I understand within my learning process in the IT field is that um, the IT field is a matter of studying. Yes, you gotta read a lot, understanding, memorizing things sometimes, but more than that is also knowing and learning how to implement things. And implementing is one of the things that I used to struggle with, and I realized that the best way to understand the content you are going through is to, working on projects, creating your own labs, playing around with things, and you eventually will learn how to implement what you're learning.
Absolutely. I think that's some great advice there. And I just want to remind everyone, if you have any questions for myself or Brian about the IT field, certifications, anything at all IT related, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will answer them live on the
Sure.
stream. Uh, you mentioned you're studying for a Linux certification. Are you using an online e-learning platform to study, like CBT Nuggets or something?
Yes. At the moment, I'm in the Cloud Guru platform. At Splunk, actually, they give you a free account that you can use for all the content right there, which is awesome, totally by free. So of course, I'm taking advantage of it. I'm also reading a book from O'Reilly. O'Reilly is a nice place also to study with nice books and content. And besides that, I'm going through the Netcat platform from Cisco course. I do really recommend the Linux courses right there are awesome. Linux Untouched course, the Linux Essentials course, the Linux for LP1, Linux 2, all those courses are awesome. I'm going through those too. So I'm basically using three platforms in this moment to get prepared for it.
That's awesome. I think I was talking about earlier on the stream. You shouldn't rely on one e-learning platform when you're studying for your certifications, because while whatever platform you're using, it might be great and like talk about 90% of the stuff out there, there's some things that they're likely going to miss. And where if you go to another e-learning platform, they're going to look at it at a different angle, and you're going to get that combined knowledge and be able to build up from that. So we just got a question here asking, should I be waiting until after January 15th to try for the A plus? I read that it updates every 3 years. To be honest with you, I haven't done much research when the new A plus is coming out. Typically, when the new A plus comes out, the old exam is still good for at least 6 months after that. So my answer would be no. You should go for your A plus right away, because an A plus is an A plus. They don't, an employer doesn't care if you have the 10,000 series or the 11,000 series. I'm assuming that's what's going to be the next one out there. You should start studying today, because the sooner you get that A plus, the sooner you're going to be that much more eligible to employers and more hireable. Hopefully that's the right way of saying it. You should start studying now, because 6 months is plenty of time to get your A plus. So even if the new version of the A plus comes out January 15th, you still have 6 months to take the current exam that you've been studying for and get your certificate now. So
Yeah, as soon as possible you could get it. It's gonna be better.
absolutely. Uh, just out of curiosity, what version of the A plus did you take? Was it the 9,000 series, or do you remember?
The one I was the certificate I got was for the 1000 series. Correct.
The 1,000 series, yeah. See, my A plus up here,
1001 and
that was
1000.
actually Yeah, that was actually the 9000 series. I took it right at the end of the 9000 series, and it's
Oh,
getting ready to expire. It expires January 15th. Um, and that's actually why I'm taking my Linux Plus, so I can renew that certification when I get my Linux Plus. So,
yeah. If you get another certification above the A plus one, it will get renewed
yeah,
by itself.
absolutely.
Hmm.
So, my goal is in my I shouldn't have waited this long to get another certification, but I had a lot going on. I did get other certifications, but you know, you should constantly. There's no reason to let your CompTIA certification expire, and there's no reason to retake that same certification because you can keep on taking higher up certifications from CompTIA and keep on renewing your certifications because every time you take a higher certification than like the A plus, if you take a higher certification like the Linux Plus, Server Plus, or something like that, it will renew your A plus for 3 years from the date of your whenever you pass your next certification. So
I agree. Yeah, and it also shows that you're growing your knowledge.
yeah, absolutely. So Brian, we got a question to you. Brian, what
Okay.
advice do you give a woman to study in IT?
For women,
Yep.
oh yeah, well, basically, I mean, I think it's awesome for a woman to get into the IT field for any reason. And I know, well, I believe Dakota might be has already noticed this. Um, usually we do not find like many women in the IT field for any reason. I'm not sure why, but at least in my country, there has been some efforts from universities and study centers and from companies, promoting and giving the chance for women to get into the IT field. And I think they can do really well. It's just a matter of believing in yourself. And I mean, I know women that are computer girls. They're even more knowledgeable than me by far, and I know they will be great in the IT field for sure.
Absolutely. The biggest advice is just to go out there and study and
Yeah, no, there.
set your mind on your end goal. For me, that's kind of what kept me going. Is when I first was entering the IT field, my end goal was okay. I'm going to get on the help desk and do at least a year or two on the help desk. And then once I got to the help desk, okay, I'm going to do a year or two on the help desk, and then I'm going to step into a networking position. So my next job was a network engineer. And once I become a network engineer, okay, what's my next goal? I want to become a administrator, of some sort, networking administrator. So I started studying for what I need to do that. I end up landing a director position as a director of network operations, and now I'm working my dream job. Now I'm having to ask myself, okay, what's my next step? Um, I love my job, and right now my next steps is making sure I study and learn as much as possible as I can for my current position to really become that, I guess, guru in a sense of trying to figure out how everything works and be super knowledgeable. So where I was getting at with that rant is you know figure out what your end goal is. You can keep that in mind while you're studying, and that will really help you along. So
Yeah, that's a great path to follow, and I'm kind of following the same path, because I think everyone in the IT field, most of the times, we start from the help desk position, and I even started from even a position that was below the help desk because I was doing even less than that. And there is always a starting point. It's just a matter of going out there, study, prepare yourself, develop your skills, improve your skills, and going out there, and don't feel afraid of doing it. Just go ahead and land an interview and do your best to land the job. It will eventually happen.
absolutely. So I got a question for you. what is your favorite Linux flavor? Do you have a favorite like Linux OS, like Ubuntu or CentOS, or what's your favorite version?
You know what?
I mean, you're wearing the Linux shirt, so it's only fair to ask that.
For sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I mean, I have a favorite one, which is Ubuntu, but it is more because I kind of love it because it was the very first thing Linux system that I play around and touch, and it was like, you know, the Ubuntu, the Ubuntu flavor was the Linux system that kind of told me like, hey Brian, welcome to the Linux world.
Yeah.
So I get in
Uh,
love with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people that's the similar story. Personally, I really enjoy Linux. I think it's those. I find a lot of documentation out there, which makes it easy for me to, when I come across something I don't know, to do research on and figure out. It seems very user friendly.
Yeah,
And I used different versions of Red Hat and CentOS and stuff like that, but I always, if I have a choice, I always run Ubuntu.
yes, I mean Ubuntu's awesome, but I honestly like all of those. I mean, all the Linux distributions are, for me, are interesting. The CentOS, I love it because it's just, kind of the free version of Red Hat, and I like Red Hat a lot. And I'm actually looking forward eventually to get a Red Hat certification too,
That's
but
awesome.
in the future, right? Yeah, I will consider it. Now I have my path really clear, to get the LP1 and the Server Plus. But right after that, I will hopefully, start thinking about getting a Red Hat one. And yeah, the CentOS is nice. The Mint distribution is really nice too. And the Kali Linux, for those who like security, it's really cool too, right?
Yeah, I've played around with Kali Linux quite a bit. I am definitely always interested in security. Actually, I have an interview lined up with quite a few people in the security field. I'm really excited to interview and kind of learn more about. Um, but I don't have enough of a need to use Kali Linux. So I've loaded it a couple times, but just Ubuntu. So I always come back to Ubuntu. It seems like it's the most friendly. Um, and
Yeah,
out of
Ubuntu is
curiosity, are you,
phenomenal.
are you running a Linux system on your home computer, or are you running Windows or Mac?
In my, I actually do have, well, because of different situations, I currently have just one computer, which is the one I use for working. It actually belongs to the company I work for, belongs to Splunk, right? But I had two personal computers. One of those I was running Windows and at the same time Linux Mint because I
Yeah,
like the desktop version of it. And on the other
nice.
one I was running Windows and Ubuntu. I like to use
Yeah.
both at the same time.
I got a question here for everyone in the chat. Is any of you guys running Linux on your personal computers? Either are you dual booting it? Are you running as your primary OS? Are you running it in a virtual machine? I'm curious how many of you guys in here are running Ubuntu currently, or Linux, just any flavor of Linux.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And if not, give it a shot. It's nice to play around with it, and it is free. So I
uh,
think,
yeah, absolutely. Linux is completely free out there, and tons of employers, especially big corporations, run Linux. It's a very useful tool to know in the IT field. And it's becoming more and more popular, I think. So,
yeah, it is. It is for sure. I remember I read something about Linux. I don't remember where specifically, but I know that I mean, Linux is really interesting, but I know that it's not the fact of being really interesting and fun to play with. Also, that it's kind of 90% of the servers around the world are running Linux, so it's always really worth to learn it.
absolutely. So,
Mhm.
um, and you start small, spin up a VM, start playing around with it. Get to
There you
know
go.
it. When I got the job I have, pretty much all except for one server at my work runs Linux. So what I did is I dual booted my PC with Linux and forced myself to use Linux daily. And now, to be honest with you, I dread whenever I have to boot into Windows. It's just like, oh, I got to deal with Windows. It's going to be such a pain. I really enjoy using Linux daily, so
Yeah, it's an enjoyable experience. It's
yeah.
a nice learning experience.
So, and really where I got, I think, my first experience with Linux is I bought a Raspberry Pi, which for those of you who don't know is like it's a small. I think they're about like $35. A small little personal computer. Actually, here. This one has a. It doesn't come with this case. I have mine in a little case here, but it is a. This is a complete personal computer running a desktop environment and everything. And these little machines
Awesome.
is a great way to get your hands on Linux and start learning it. So,
It looks like a NUC, like an NUZ from Intel.
oh, I actually pretty much run those exclusively at my work,
Oh, really?
and they're those are quite cool PCs.
Yeah, I like
You
that.
know, yeah, they are little powerhouse PCs, but these are a lot cheaper. This here is $35, and then the case I
Oh,
have on is
really?
like $8. Yeah, $35 for a complete computer. It has built-in Wi-Fi.
It's
There's
a really
let's
good
see.
deal,
Yeah, there's
for
a
sure.
HDMI port on it, audio port. It has a SD card slot for its main, for its main memory, but you can attach other memory to it. It's got 4 USB ports. Newer ones, I think, have more, and it's got an Ethernet port. I mean, you have a complete computer here that does everything your normal computer does. So
It looks
it's
awesome,
really
man.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward getting mine to test it, Gotta play with it.
yeah, absolutely. So let's see. Did I miss any questions here? No. Awesome. Well, do you have any other advice to give everyone in the chat, or does anyone have any questions?
Well, just as an advice, keep studying, stay hungry. And if you feel like afraid about moving forward to the next step, it means you're doing the things right. Go ahead and keep moving forward. Because when you don't feel scary about the next challenge, maybe it's because it's not a good challenge for you. If you're feeling scary, it means you're following the right path. So just move forward. Go ahead and, you know, keep yourself strong, keep studying, keep hungry. Just, keep moving forward. And the IT industry is a matter of studying, learning, practicing, doing labs, some labs, destroying things, fixing things. That's the way it is, basically.
Absolutely, great advice there, and you're absolutely right there. Um, if you are kind of like me, if you're hungry for knowledge, if you enjoy learning something new all the time, if your brain always has to be doing something, IT is definitely the field for you. So
Yeah, certainly is.
I really like that shirt you got there. I'm gonna have to get one for myself.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, this one, uh, it was a gift I got, and yeah,
Nice,
it's a really nice T-shirt. I got a couple of other Linux T-shirts, and I have a Comfy T-shirt too, and I have a Splunk T-shirt too right there in my collection of
nice.
T-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're like one of the few T-shirts I have like that is I have a Cisco Meraki shirt. Um, I got
Oh,
I where did I get that? I won a competition on the Cisco Meraki forum and they sent me a free T-shirt. I mean, I have my little like swag Cisco Meraki swag here.
the trophy.
Uh,
I
yeah,
love it.
and my
I love
trophy.
it.
Yeah,
Would you mind showing
yeah.
it?
This. Yeah, sure.
I really love that trophy. Yeah, it never gets boring. It's really a nice trophy, Cisco trophy. I got also Cisco T-shirt, the Cisco TAC, TAC
Yeah.
T-shirt.
And for those of you who haven't heard the story about this, this is my Cisco Meraki Community All Star trophy. It's blurry. Here we go. There we go.
It's awesome.
Uh, yeah. So Cisco Meraki has a community forum with other users that you can go on there and ask questions, ask advice, configuration advice, and every year worldwide they nominate about 20 people worldwide as what they call their community all-stars, and those are people that Cisco has deemed are some of the biggest contributors to helping resolve issues in the community forum, and contributing to the forum. And for the year 2020, Cisco Meraki nominated me as one of their all-stars, which I felt honored. I thought that was a really cool thing that I got recognized for my support in the community. I love Cisco Meraki products, even though I don't use any of them at work anymore. I do have a complete Cisco Meraki stack that you guys can't see back here. And for those of you who don't know, Cisco Meraki is a cloud managed platform, not like your conventional Cisco Catalyst switches, where that you make changes through the CLI. It's all virtual based. So, but yeah.
Sounds awesome. I love that
So
trophy, honestly. The very first time I saw it on a video, you showed that up. Uh, I also get in love with it. I mean, it's a
yeah,
nice trophy. I mean, anybody would
Cis-
like to have this trophy on their
yeah.
studio. Yeah.
uh, I mean, I won't lie. Growing up, I always been a Cisco fanboy, and I now my current job I use zero Cisco equipment. We are all Juniper
Oh,
equipment
really?
for our networking environment. Juniper and Adtran. Adtran kind of uses very similar CLI to Cisco, but it was a learning curve for me because I hadn't done anything in the Juniper environment. And you just have to remember networking is networking, and you'll figure out the commands as you go. So
Yeah, that's the way it is. And I don't know anything about Juniper, honestly. I mean, I have heard a little bit about it, but how about it? I mean, compare you kind of,
Juniper
huh?
Juniper is commonly used among service providers, like internet service providers. It is built on a Linux platform. You actually can get connect into the Linux kernel
The Linux
of the
kernel,
actual
yeah.
routing engine. So it's actually kind of cool. And a lot of the commands are very similar to Juniper or to Cisco, but they're like the exact opposite. Like instead of issuing the enable command, you issue the configure command. Enable and configure are the exact same thing. Um,
Yeah,
you know, there's a lot of similarities that
interesting.
when I'm jumping back and forth, I'll catch myself typing the command for like Juniper on a Cisco device or something. I'm like, oh nope, I gotta type enable instead of configure.
Didn't do the
Um,
switch.
you know, yeah, but you can still do things like tab complete and the question mark symbol, to get what commands are available. So it is still very easy to use platform. So
I would like to start a little bit about Juniper, at least basics, but I'm not
yeah,
sure where to
well,
start. Maybe I'm gonna do some research about it.
and back in the day, let me look really quick. Back in the day, Juniper was actually offering a free course. Oh, I think they still offer the course completely for free, where you can sign up. They have something similar to Cisco Net Academy, where you
Really?
can sign up and take their course completely for free.
By
And
free.
I do believe if you took their practice exam and passed with at least like a 75% score, they would give you a voucher that you could take the exam, the CCNA equivalent exam in Juniper, for pretty much free. So let's
Oh,
see
it's
if I can pull
awesome.
it up.
It's really cool, free knowledge, free certificate, free badge. I mean,
Yeah,
awesome.
let's see. Here, I'm gonna pull it up on screen here.
Everything at the end of the day, free, it's better.
Yeah, and having that knowledge, having that certification is great.
Sure, I
Um,
mean,
So yeah, Juniper.net training certifications. You can sign up for their JCNP and study for free. They have their complete course on there for free. I've gone through it a little bit, and I don't think it's necessarily as good as some of the other e-learning platforms. Not to say anything bad about them. Like, I really love CBT Nuggets and how they really pump their content full of energy. It keeps you wanting more. I found Juniper's material just kind of dry. But yeah, they have a complete certification path, just like Cisco. But just not as many people use Juniper equipment. I find it among a lot of school districts and service providers, and sometimes some bigger entities as well. And nothing's wrong with it. It's great. It's very similar to Cisco grade gear.
Well, actually, these are the kind of things I love about the IT field, because people that, for different reasons, they just don't have access to a university because of money. They just cannot support the major or whatever. These
Mhm.
kind of resources are, giving the opportunity to many people around the world to get into the IT field and, support their families, support their kids, do something for a living, a very professional, very nice, it's awesome, that those are the kind of things I really love about the IT field, honestly.
Yeah. So this is actually my after I finish my Linux Plus. This is the next certification I'm going for, the the JNCIS Junos certification. It's pretty much the Juniper equivalent to the
Okay.
CCNA.
Oh,
Um, and you can register now and sign up complete, and it's free knowledge out there. If you never even go and get a certification, you can still study completely for free. So, and like I said, I don't have the video, or I don't have it offhand. Network Chuck, which is another YouTuber in this field, did a video on how you can actually get your Juniper certification completely for free. So, if Juniper's still offering that actually might be something really, really useful for those of you who want like a CCNA level certification, but can't afford it. You can go out and get the Juniper equivalent completely for free. So definitely something to go
awesome.
check out.
Absolutely, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I
So
mean, there are a lot of free resources right there. It's just a matter of looking for them. Well, people also getting into the IT field. I mean, again, if money is a problem, at the end of the day, for the IT field, it is not, because there are a lot of free sources you can actually take advantage of right there. It's just a matter of doing some research, and you will eventually get
absolutely.
things.
There's Professor Messer on YouTube. He
Yeah.
offers like three different courses. I know Network Chuck is bringing out a free CCNA course that he's working on, so you can take the CCNA completely for free. There's a lot of support out there for low income people to get certifications. Um, CompTIA offers where if you have a college email address, you can get half off a certification voucher. That's actually what I did for my A plus. Is I had my college email address still, and I was able to get half off certification vouchers just because I had a college email address, a
Awesome.
.edu address. So, um, you know, if money's tight for you, do your
Yeah.
research, because there is tons of resources out there
Oh,
to
yeah.
get this knowledge, and there's really no excuse not to. If you want to be in this field, there's really no excuse not to be, because there's free knowledge out there, and all there's great resources. So
There
you
is
know
actually.
yeah, KevTech IT support just mentioned, you can even build a home lab for free with Azure, AWS, and Google. All you need is a web browser. You don't
True.
have to have a high demand computer. There's free tiers out there, with AWS, Azure, and Google, where you can spin up a VM and a network and have a home lab that you don't even have to run. You don't have to buy anything for. If you're studying the Cisco CCNA, there's a packet tracer where you can build a complete network
Oh, it's cool.
topology and simulate sending packets and figure out how all that works. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for example, the Linux courses in the Net Academy that Cisco offers, they already provide you with a Linux instance by free right there, just writing the course. You don't have to even download anything. I mean, there is a machine already right there by free you could use, and also um, this other certificate, the Google IT Support Professional Certificate. You can get scholarships in Coursera really, really easy. It's just a matter of going right there, explaining your reasons, and that's it. You will get it, and you can get the whole course by free, and they give you access to labs already build it up, and it's just a matter of using them without doing even
Absolutely.
anything.
So, and if you're fortunate enough to sign up for an e-learning platform like CBT Nuggets, I know CBT Nuggets offers, a lot of free labs and flashcards and study material out there. So,
Pluralsight is also a nice platform to try.
absolutely. So, well, just as a reminder for anyone who maybe is just hopping in the stream, we are answering any of your IT career questions live right now. We have Brian here, who is a Splunk Linux technical support engineer. He's been sharing a lot of his useful information he's had. Did I get it wrong? I heard you chuckle. Did I get your job title
No,
wrong?
you get it right. You get it right now.
I got it
Yeah.
right. Yeah, all right, awesome. So, uh, but anyways, if you guys have any questions about the IT field, maybe what certifications you should get, questions about your resume, feel free to
Yeah.
drop them in the chat. Either Brian or I is definitely capable of answering them. So, how are you doing on time, Brian? Do you have a certain time you have to be out of here? I know you're an hour ahead of me.
Well, I got around 15 more minutes, so yeah, 13
All
more
right,
minutes.
there you
We're
go,
fine.
guys. You
We're
have
cool.
15 more minutes to ask your questions. I think about 15 more minutes is about how much time I got left too. I want to start editing our interview we did today and get that ready to go out next week.
Awesome, awesome. Waiting for it.
I'll give you a heads up before it goes out. But it was a great interview, and you guys if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so when that interview drops, we did an interview here with Brian when you'll be notified. So
Dakota, by the way, I was wondering if I can say hi to someone.
absolutely.
Oh, cool, cool. I want to say hi to my little brother, Samuel. He actually once, like a couple of weeks ago, was on a live stream right here with us, and I just wanna, say something to him. Samuel, you got great skills. I mean, he's just 15 years old, and he was able to fix his computer. He has a BO SD problem, a blue screen of that problem, and he just find it out and he fixed it out, and he has, not studied anything about IT or fixing computers. So again, Samuel, just don't wait. Take advantage of your free time. Study. At the end of the day, you're gonna be able to build up a great career. I know you like IT. You love IT too, and you have seen what I do, and you like it. And go ahead and start, Samuel. If you're looking at this live streaming at this moment, I'm not sure, but I know you will look at it for sure. Uh, Start studying. Remember, you have a family that it would be great if you could support too, and get motivated from there and keep doing it. Just as you just fix your computer, you can fix a lot of more things in any company and be a great engineer, consultant, whatever you want to be. Go ahead and make your dreams happen. And it's the same advice to anyone right here.
That's awesome, and absolutely, um, I hope everyone goes out there and finds their passion and follows their dreams. So
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I started with the IT field, when I got my CompTIA A plus certificate. It was like that's the best way to describe it. It was like start making my dreams happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and it was very much that way for me too. Once I when I became a an IT support specialist, I was just doing simple things that, like resetting email passwords, but I to continue to work hard and grind and try to show every chance I had. I tried to show off my skills, and slowly I got handed more and more responsibilities until, like I said, I was designing complete IT infrastructures for brand new hotels and everything like that. So it just was determination that kept me moving forward. So,
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, Brian, I think we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Thank you for hopping on, and thank you again also for doing the interview with me today. I think you did great. It's going to be an awesome video once it comes out. Uh,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Thank you so much.
you're a true motivation to, I think, everyone. That you, when you set your mind to a goal, you can really accomplish anything. And you have a great story on how you're able to really change your life for everyone. And I think that's really great. So it's hopefully, if your message works this way out and finds someone else and gives them the same amount of motivation.
Awesome. It has been my pleasure. I want to say thank you, Dakota, for the opportunity. Thank you so, so much. This moment right here, this live stream and the interview also with it, everything. This is part of making my dreams happen. Your
Well,
channel was one of the motivations, and thank you so much. It has been my pleasure and an honor to be part of this.
awesome. I that's what I'm here for. So I'm glad I could help. So awesome. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Next week, will you? I think let me know, guys. Do you want to keep on seeing these live streams on Friday nights, or should we go back to Sunday nights? What does everyone want? If you made it this far in the live stream, let me know in the comments or something. Friday nights or Sunday nights. So. And like I said, if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe because we're having a lot more recorded videos coming out here in the coming weeks. So awesome. Well, again, Brian, it was very nice talking with you tonight, and thank you everyone else. Have a great
Thank you.
night, everyone.
Have a great night. Thank you so much.